Welcome to Orange Mound, Black Memphis Hollywood. I am Anthony M. Elmore. Look at these beautiful African doors. We had these doors made in Accra, Ghana. You see, we have over 50 hand-carved doors, and we have all the furniture in this house was made in Africa because we are promoting the Made in Africa movement. You see, the question that you may ask is, what does Orange Mound, Black Memphis Hollywood, have to do with Africa in this house? You see, in 1987, right here in this very house, we shot the first 35mm independent theatrical film called the Contemporary Gladiator right here in this house. You see, what you can do, looking at this picture here, the scene that you're seeing of our movie was shot in the backyard right here in Orange Mound in this house. You see, Orange Mound is the first planned black community in America that was built for blacks, by blacks, whose history started in 1879 with two black churches. You see, I want you to look at the picture right here. Now, the picture is of Dr. William Ruto. He is the president of Kenya. And the reason we're mentioning this is because I am inviting the president of Kenya to come to this house in Black Orange Mound to eat some ugali, sukuma wiki, and lamachama. That is some African boiled cornbread, some African style fried collard greens, and some roast meat. You see, we in America eat all types of food, whether it's Chinese, Mexican, Italian. We eat all kinds of food, but we as African Americans have not been introduced to the history, to the culture, to the language, to our African history and culture. So we, as a part of Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood, we're not only making a film, or we're not only making movies, but we are making a movie. You see, a movement. You see, Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood is not just about making movies. We're about making a movement and community. We're not just talking about making black films. We are connecting Africa. See, let me tell you a story. While we made the first independent 35mm theatrical film in Memphis film history, you see, Memphis Shelby County Film Commissioner Linn Sitler used her function and authority as the film commissioner to erase all black Memphis history and relate in regards to film, or to erase our black Memphis history. I want you to look at the picture of the office of Memphis Shelby County Film Commissioner Linn Sitler. Now, her office is right almost adjacent to the Dr. Martin Luther King Civil Rights Museum, where Dr. King gave his life. However, with us being authentically the first 35mm independent theatrical filmmaker in Memphis history, in the Memphis Shelby County Film Commission office, our picture or our movie do not exist because Linn Sitler used her function and authority and power as film commissioner to make sure that it is not told that the first independent 35mm theatrical film was the story of a black man, our story that was shot in Orange Mound. You see, I was born in 1953 during Jim Crow America, where equality and justice was legal in America, whereas we had segregation. See, we had to go to the back door of movie theaters. You see, in Memphis, we had to enter the side door of the Maricopa Theater. Now, in 1988, I sat in at the then Marico Highland Quartet Theater with the owner of the Marico Theater, Mr. Steve Lightman, and we screened the first independent 35mm theatrical film in Memphis film history. In other words, a young man who could not walk through the front door. I was the first in Memphis history to produce, direct, and star in an independent feature film that we shot most of the film right here in Orange Mound. We made the first kickboxing film in American history, whereas our film will qualify to be honored by the United States Congressional National Film Registry that started in 1988, where films are recognized not as the best films, but films that make a cultural significance to American history and culture. And we, by being the first karate kickboxing film in American film history, little black children and black people should know that karate kickboxing and the story of karate kickboxing is not just Oriental, it's not just white. Just like we are proud of the tennis star Coco, we in America can be proud that the first kickboxing film, and we achieved right here in Orange Mound, I became the first super heavyweight kickboxer in American film history, and we made a film that tells our story. You see, this is what happened in Memphis film history. In 1929, MGM made a movie, and this is the first black musical in American history, film history. They made a movie called Hallelujah, and it's about a black dance musical, and it was made right here in Memphis. This is in 1929 that the movie premiered. In fact, they shot scenes in Memphis and they shot scenes in Arkansas. Now, in 1984, Canon Pictures made a movie called Making the Grade. Now, Making the Grade was shot at Rhodes College. Now, this is in 1984, and the first independent, our film premiered in Nairobi, Kenya in 1990. Now, while Linn Sitler made sure that our film went unnoticed in Memphis, we were given a hero's welcome in Kenya, whereas in 1992, I met the late Kenyan president, Daniel A. Moore, who named me an African ambassador. Now, what this means is that we are not only a Memphis filmmaker, but we deal in cultural diplomacy, in that I have dedicated my life to bringing Africans and African Americans together and to work on a trade deal. First thing I want you to do, I want you to listen to Memphis Congressman Steve Cohen, who came to this house and honored us for our work we did and the work we are doing in Africa.
July, and that's why we're here at AMP Elmore. AMP has done so much to try to help promote Memphis and international trade with Africa, with Kenya in particular. We've worked with him and will continue to work with him with ambassadors and embassies in Washington trying to promote trade. It's a logical thing to do, and it's imperative that we have Memphis in the forefront to try to take this as an opportunity to promote Memphis and Africa, and that's what AMP's been doing.
Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood is that in the spring of 2024, we are shooting a movie right here in Orange Mound. Our movie is called Rock and Roll: A Black Legacy, whereas we have converted this entire house into not only a film set, we are telling the story of Orange Mound. Again, the movie is called Rock and Roll: A Black Legacy, whereas we, who are Memphis' first independent 35mm theatrical filmmaker, we are with Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood. We are offering an opportunity to bring our community the movie, to tell the story of Orange Mound internationally. You see, film is the most powerful art form in the world. And the art form in the world, the most powerful art form in the world, did not start somewhere in East Memphis with the highly rich white people. It started right here in Orange Mound with us, whereas in 1987, we brought a black film crew here from Chicago, and we started filming Memphis' first independent theatrical film, which we completed. See, this is a major achievement because right here in Orange Mound, we are making a movie. We're giving opportunity for anyone, no matter who you are, black or white. You have an opportunity to be in our movie. We produced not only the first independent 35mm film, we created in 2019 the first documentary film regarding Black Memphis history. You see, I made a film in 2018 called 200 Years of Black Memphis History. But it doesn't stop there. I shot films in Australia. I shot in Japan. I shot a temple in Accra, Ghana. We have connections in Ghana. In fact, I was the first person to go to Nairobi, Kenya, and film the Obama house that he made for that President Obama built this house for his grandmama, the late Sarah Obama. If you look on the outside of this house, you will see Kenya on the outside of this house, because we not only are shooting a film, Rock and Roll of Black Legacy, a Rock and Roll of Black Legacy right here in Orange Mound, we're shooting scenes in Kenya because what we're doing, we are bringing Africans and African Americans together, and with our film, we are connecting Africa to Memphis, in that we are asking the Kenyan president to come here because we're honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, because what we want to build in Kenya is the Tom Warrior, who was one of the Kenyan founding fathers. We want to build a Tom Warrior, Dr. Martin Luther King Education and Cultural Center, and it starts right here with Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood. So, Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood is not only my home. Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood, we open not only our home, but we open our hearts, because we can teach, we can offer opportunity. Even though the city of Memphis don't support black films and black filmmakers, we have Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood. When you come down this street and you see this beautiful orange house, the story is about a girl who goes to Melrose. She gets a track scholarship to Howard University. She becomes an Afrocentric writer, and she marries a Kenyan, and they divorce, and she comes back to Orange Mound to make a difference. And she builds this beautiful orange house, this orange, she got an orange car, she wears these orange clothes. So what we're doing, you see, Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood, our motto is building community through filmmaking. I'm telling the image of Orange Mound that we're teaching history, culture, we're bringing films and filmmakers together. Now people from all over the world, they can come right here in Memphis and they can learn about Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood. Anyway, let me close this out. You see, we not only open our home, we open our heart to use film to build community. We are shooting scenes in our upcoming movie in Kenya, and we're giving America a window into life in Africa. You see, we do not charge any money. You are a part of Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood, and we welcome everyone. Now, let me close with this tidbit. Orange Mound is the only community in America that has an association with the father of the blues, W.C. Handy, the king of the blues, B.B. King, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Anyway, I am Anthony Elmore, inviting you to be a part of Orange Mound Black Memphis Hollywood. Visit our website, orangemoundblackmemphishollywood.com. Thank you very much.